My dear students, once again I welcome you all to my online class. This is Shivani, your English teacher. Students, today we are going to start a new lesson of our main course book, that is Wind Chime, and the chapter's name is An Education in Science. Students, you can see there's a picture on your screen, and I really want you to recognize the picture of this man. What do you think? Who is this? Okay, let me tell you, he is Stephen Hawking. I know students, you all must be very familiar with this name. We are not knowing this name for the first time. Okay, we already have a good knowledge about him. Yes, he is the scientist William Hawking. So let's start today's video. Stephen William Hawking was an English theoretical physicist, cosmologist, author, and director of research at the Centre of Theoretical Cosmology at the University of Cambridge. He was also the Lucasian Professor of Mathematics. Hawking achieved commercial success with several works of popular science in which he discusses his own theories and cosmology in general. His book, A Brief of History of Time, appeared on a British Sunday Times bestseller list for a record-breaking 237 weeks. This is an extract from Stephen Hawking's Black Holes and Baby Universes and Other Essays. Okay, so students, I really want to, if you have a knowledge about Stephen Hawking, that is a very good thing. And if you still do not know much about Stephen Hawking, I really want you to search Stephen Hawking on Google and get a good detail about him. And I also want you to write few things about Stephen Hawking. So let's start today's lesson. Whether we like it or not, the world we live in has changed a great deal in the last 100 years, and it is likely to change even more in the next 100 years. Some people would like to stop these changes and go back to what they see as a purer and simpler age. Very well said. So, this is very true that the world in which we live today has changed a lot in the last 100 years. And it's true, isn't it? The world was not the same before 100 years. आज से 100 साल पहले जैसे सब कुछ आज है वैसे क्या था? नहीं था. Okay, and it is also likely to change even more in the next 100 years. There will be complete change after 100 years. And some people would definitely like to stop these changes. Some people still want to go back before 100 years. Okay, and they still want to live in that era, in that century where they used to feel the life was simpler and purer. However, as history shows, the past was not that wonderful. Okay, and Stephen Hawking here says that what history shows us today, the past was not that wonderful as we are in today's life, isn't it? There were no so much facilities. Today we are in a very comfort zone. It was not so bad for the privileged minority. Privileged minority means, see here, a small section of population with all the benefits. Okay, even they had to do nothing modern medicine, and the childbirth was highly risky for women. Okay, but for the vast majority, vast means huge majority of the population, life was nasty. Nasty means awful, dirty, brutish. Brutish means inhuman and short. Okay, so Stephen Hawking says here that life was not too much wonderful before 100 years. It was quite good for the privileged minority. Privileged minority means, privileged minority for that era means like the people who were fortunate and rich, like kings and king, because they had a lot of things, they had all the facilities, so life was not too bad for them. But it was still difficult. It was, that time it was very difficult to have medicines, and childbirth for women was very risky. Nowadays we have so much facilities. Okay, we have doctors, we have medicines, we have every little things. So at that time childbirth was also very risky for women, and for the vast majority, means 100 year before, the time was quite good for the people who were privileged, minority, okay, rich. But for the large area of people, for the larger number of people, the life was very dirty and very inhuman. Anyway, even if one wanted to, one could not put the clock back to an earlier age. So he says here that even if people want to, even if one want to go back to the early age, one cannot put the clock back, isn't it? We don't have the time machine. Do we have? No, we don't have the time machine. We can't go back to 100 years earlier. Okay, knowledge and techniques cannot just be forgotten. Okay, so knowledge and techniques, two things are there which one cannot forget even if they want. What is technique? Technique is the method. Okay, a specific method of something is known as techniques. Nor one can prevent further advances in future, and nor we can stop the further developments in the future. One cannot stop inquiring minds from thinking about basic science, whether or not they are paid for it. Means we cannot stop a person, we cannot stop an inquiring mind from thinking about basic science, whether they are paid for it or they did not pay for it. Because it's not necessary that one must be scientist only to think about science. A normal people can also think about it, isn't it? I can also think about why the fan rotates like this, or why some particular machine works like this. I need not to be a scientist only to think about that. The only way to prevent further developments would be a global totalitarian state that suppressed anything new. Totalitarian state is known as based on a political system in which ordinary people have no power and completely controlled by the government. Okay, totalitarian means which is completely followed by the government. So the only way to prevent further development would be a global totalitarian state that suppressed anything new. So he says here that the only way to forbid the further developments, more developments, would be if everything would be governed by the government. Means if government will tell you, then only you will do the discoveries. And if government would will give you the instruction that you will not do any discovery or something, you will not do any discovery. But human initiative and ingenuity, initiative means to take first step up about something, okay, and ingenuity means skill at inventing things. So where were we? Yes, but human initiative and ingenuity is such that even this would not succeed. Okay, so this is the nature of human, this is the human tendency, that even if government would say something like this, human mind cannot stop themselves from thinking. All it would do is slow down the rate of change. So all it would do is to slow down this process. If we accept that we cannot prevent science and technology from changing our world, okay, we can at least try to ensure that the changes they make are in the right direction. So if we suppose that if we even accept that science and technology cannot change the, if we want that science and technology should not change the world, at least we should be ensure, at least we should take care of that the changes that the scientists are making, the changes that the people are making in the world at the name of science and technology should be in the right direction. Okay, means whatever the changes science and technology is doing in our world, it should be in the right direction, it should be useful for our world, at least for our country. In a democratic society, this means that public needs to have a basic understanding of science. Okay, in a democratic society like us, this means that public must have a basic understanding of science, because if you if you do not have that sense of science, if you do not have that understanding and knowledge of science, how would you make difference between the right direction and the wrong directions that people are making at the name of science and technology? So that it can make informed decision and not leave them in the hands of experts. So this means that people should have at least basic knowledge about science, so that they must not leave everything in the hands of expert. At the moment, the public has a rather ambivalent means divided, 50-50, okay, ambivalent attitude towards science. So now, right now, what is the situation? That the people has 50-50 opinion about science. Some people follow science, some people believe in science, some people still believe more in God. Okay, so it's divided in our era. It has come to expect the steady means regular increase in the standard of living that new developments in the science and technology have brought to continue. Okay, means it has come to expect that science and technology is making changes. Science and technology is continuously making changes in our life, and also science and technology is continuously increasing the standard of living, isn't it? Earlier we used to sleep under a fan, now people sleep in front of the AC. So it's all about the changes that science and technology making in our daily life. But it also distrusts science because it does not understand it. Distrust means no faith, but also people somehow people still have that distrust in the science because they did not understand it, they do not understand about it anything. This distrust is shown in the cartoon character of the mad scientist working in his laboratory to produce a Frankenstein. Okay, Frankenstein is look here, a monster that destroyed its creator. Okay, but Frankenstein is also a novel, okay, written by Mary Shelley, and later on a series was there, and horror series was there, Frankenstein. Okay, so he say Stephen Hawking says further that that distress, that no faith is shown in the cartoon character of a mad scientist, okay, who was working in his laboratory only to produce a Frankenstein. But the public also has a great interest in science, particularly astronomy. Okay, but also where on one hand people distress science, on another hand they have a great interest in the science, especially in the astronomy, as it is shown in the large audiences for the television series such as Cosmos and for the science fiction. Okay, students, Cosmos is a basically, what does Cosmos means? Firstly, you have to understand that Cosmos means everything that exists anywhere. Okay, and Cosmos is also a series whose first season was first season came into 2014. Okay, so Cosmos is also a series, television series. Okay, so people still have a great interest in science, and that we can see that a large number of audience for the television series like Cosmos and science fiction, means still there is a large number of people who watch Cosmos and science fiction. What does this tell you about people in general? So this question I am leaving for you. Well, if I have to give answer for this question, my answer would be that people still have the 50-50 opinion about science. What can be done to harness this interest and give the public the scientific background it needs to make informed decision on subject like acid rain, the greenhouse effect, nuclear weapon, and genetic engineering. Okay, so what can be done to make use of this interest, which interest that the people have, okay, and give the public, means what can we do to give to use this interest of the general public and give the people information, give the people scientific information that they should be known, like the general subjects like acid rain, the greenhouse effect, the nuclear weapon, the genetic engineering. So these are the topics that everybody must know something about it. How can we use this interest to give them information about such important topics? Clearly, the basis must lie in what is taught in school. Expected answer. Clearly, the basis must lie in whatever is taught in the schools. Means the best way to give them every knowledge is the school. But in schools, science is often presented in a dry and interesting manner. This is also very true. But in schools, science is only presented in a very dry and uninteresting and boring manner. Okay. Children learn it by rote. Rote क्या होता है? Rote means to memorize, जिसे हम लोग रट्टा मारना कहते हैं, मेमोराइज करना. Children learn it by rote to pass examination and they do not see its relevance. Relevance means in relation to the world around them, okay, which is very true. You also, I am sure you must also feel this, that science is a very interesting subject. In science, whatever we teach students in science, it should be relevant to the world around us. But in schools, we only teach students to pass the examination. Students do not understand anything, they just memorize everything, okay, and they do not see the relation of whatever they are learning to the real world. उन्हें यही नहीं पता कि हम जो सीख रहे हैं वो real world से relation कैसे रखता है. Moreover, science is often taught in terms of the equation means mathematical statements, okay. So moreover, science is often taught in terms of equation. I am very sure that you must face this problem also, that science is generally taught in the terms of equations. Although equations are concise and accurate. Concise means expresses in the few words, and accurate means exact way of describing mathematical ideas. Means equations are anyway better to understand, but they frighten most people. Why? Because equations look very fearful, so most of the people get frightened with the equation. When I wrote a popular book recently, now he is telling us about an incident that when he wrote a book, I was advised that each equation that I included would halve the sale. Oh my god, when he had written one book, he was advised by somebody that each equation that he included would halve the sale. I included one equation, Einstein's famous equation, E is equals to mc square. Maybe I would have sold twice as many copies without it. And he said that he included only one equation in his book. It was E is equals to mc square, and it would, and later on he felt that it would have much better if he did not include that equation in his book. And that equation was E is equals to mc square, written by Einstein, where E is energy, m is mass, and c is the light speed in square. Okay. Scientists and engineers tends means have a tendency, have a habit to express their ideas in the forms of equation, because they need to know the precise means exact values of the quantities. Okay, so scientists and engineers, they have a habit to mostly express their ideas in the forms of equation. Why? Because they need to know the exact values of the quantity. They cannot write such long paragraphs like us, so they usually use equations for short and exact values. But for the rest of us, a qualitative grasp means hold on, of scientific concept is sufficient. Means for rest of us who are not ingenious and scientists, good hold on scientific concept is better for us, and this can be conveyed by words and diagrams without the use of equation. And we people can understand in a better way by diagram and without use of equations. We can easily understand by words and diagrams. We need not to understand by equation. So students, for today I will only take up this much part, because I don't want you to feel this chapter boring, because this is such a wonderful chapter. Okay, I will send the homework questions in the PDF format, and so we will meet up again in the next video. And I really want you go through this video again and again and try to understand whatever it is written here, because this story is such a beautiful story written by Stephen Hawking, where he has just expressed his thoughts about science and technology. So we will meet up again in the next video, in the next part of this chapter. Till then, take care, stay safe.